Namaste brothers. This video is just translation of my earlier video Fake Islam. On YouTube, you will come across several arguments about Islam. This is how these Islamic scholars proceed. They will tell you Islam is most scientific, most peaceful religion. But that is not at all true. Islamic theology is this: spread Islam all over the world, bring each and everyone to Islam, fight with kafir, which means disbelievers, and when there will be no disbeliever left, there will be no need to fight, and hence there will be peace. If you ask them why chapter number 9 verse number 5 says kill the disbelievers wherever you find them and capture them and set ambush for them at every place, they will say this is not proper translation. The actual Arabic meaning is more peaceful and blah blah blah. So you can ask them, if you are a scholar of such a caliber that you can disown translation done by renowned Muslim scholars and offer your own, then please tell me what any of these following verses mean. Chapter number 2 verse number 1, chapter number 3 verse number 1, chapter number 7 verse number 1, chapter number 10 verse number 1, chapter number 11 verse number 1, chapter number 12 verse number 1, chapter number 13 verse number 1, chapter number 14 verse number 1, chapter number 15 verse number 1, chapter number 19 verse number 1, chapter number 20 verse number 1, chapter number 26 verse number 1, chapter number 27 verse number 1, chapter number 28 verse number 1, chapter number 29 verse number 1, chapter number 30 verse number 1, chapter number 31 verse number 1, chapter number 32 verse number 1, chapter number 36 verse number 1, chapter number 40 verse number 1, chapter number 41 verse number 1, chapter number 42 verse number 1, chapter number 43 verse number 1, chapter number 44 verse number 1, chapter number 45 verse number 1, chapter number 46 verse number 1. They will shut their mouth up and they will say, you ignore these verses or ignore them and read rest of the part. There is one disturbing fact about this religion that I want to put forward in front of you all. Muhammad in his life said that Islam will be divided into 73 sects. Only one among them will be the true one and rest will be false. The true one will be Jannati, which means heavenly, indicating that it will go to heaven, and the rest of them will burn in hellfire. Listen carefully. What Muhammad said, he didn't say that the one who behave as per Quran or behave good will go to heaven and the one who behave improperly will go to hell. This is what Muslim will tell you to cover up. Muhammad clearly said that all 72 sects will go to hell. How you behave individually has no value. If you behave good, but you were born in the wrong sect, you will still burn in hell. On Judgment Day, you will be asked, are you Shia? Then go to hell. Are you Sunni? Then go to hell. Literally means those who are born Muslims, they have 1:72 chance to go to heaven. I am well aware that evangelic churches make same propagation about non-Christians, but in contrast to that, this is the only religion on earth, and I repeat, this is the only religion on earth which offer hellfire to its own followers. Muhammad vaguely said only one among them will be the true one, but which one that will be, he never named that. What does it mean? You fight among yourself and decide who is correct. That's exactly what happened after Muhammad's death. Hussein ibn Ali was son of Ali and daughter of Muhammad, Fatima. He refused the appointment of Khalifa Yazid, son of Syrian ruler Muawiyah. They had a battle at Karbala in today's Iraq, and Hussein, the only blood relative of Muhammad remaining, was killed along with his army and his 6-month-old infant child. This is what Islam is.